All right, let's get right into this video. We're just gonna talk about like 5 aiming habits that can kind of get you some more headshots. So the first one, I recommend you hold a little bit wider. You most likely see this a little bit more in like Jet Arena. There's a lot of times where like you guys can push wide and then you're just holding too close to the wall. And then, you know, instead of getting the kill right away, you have to readjust and then get the kill. So instead, just hold wide at the start and then you can just get the kill right away. I'll show you guys a couple of examples with this one. So here's some footage from my Immortal 1 Jet. He's a student of mine, and as you can tell, he kind of just holds wide and clicks. It's nothing crazy, you know. So just try it out in your games, hold a little bit wider, and it'll be a lot easier for you guys.
See ya.
So for the second aiming habit, I kind of just want to encourage you guys to do a little bit more 2-bullet bursts and then mix it in with some tapping when you feel like you're pretty much on target. So you can kind of do the 2-bullet bursts to like stay alive and hopefully get the kill. Like when you do a 2-bullet burst and you miss and you like the other one's really close, you can kind of resort to tapping instead. So like, let's say you missed the first 2-bullet burst and then your second crosshair is like close and you know you're really close. At this point, it's good to just stop moving and try to tap the guy as long as like the other guy's not moving too. And this is a little bit more useful for longer range duels, I think, because then you can try to just like get the time to kill a little bit shorter by just stopping and tapping. And I'll show you guys a clip right here. One window, Gecko window. Bomb down window.
Spike down mid.
Yeah, plenty of top mid. You see Reyna there?
One enemy remaining.
Okay, so for the third one, I kind of want to show is just like how and when to ADS. So how you ADS, obviously you just hit the right click. And then when to ADS, I would say it's like really good to do when you're holding angles. And I would prefer that you hold an angle when you're close to the wall. So maybe you can, you know, go like ADS, hold a little bit wide, going off of our first tip and our second tip, you know, just tapping. And like, if you just hold wide here, you can like go for like a few taps and then like tuck away. And if you're, it's good for long range duels. So it's definitely better for holding, but you can definitely peek as well. So like, let's say I want to peek this bot here. If I'm like super far away, I might just ADS and like peek out, and then you can get like a nice one tap. And the big benefit I think with ADS with the Vandal is just that if you look at the gun accuracy here on the top right, your first shot spread is 0.25. I don't know the exact numbers, but let's just pretend that means like 25% of the chance. 25% of the time your bullet misses. Whereas if you ADS, you know, you increase the chances that you hit by like almost 10%. I don't know if that's exactly how it works, but it's pretty nice for the increased accuracy. So when you're tapping long range, it definitely feels really good to do. So like in this distance here, this is definitely a range I would go for with an ADS if I'm just holding the angle, right? I can just go for a nice kill, boop. And then if I miss, I could just, you know, tap a couple times and then like get the shot. So like, you know, I could like tap a couple times, miss, and then like keep moving, or like tap and then just aim. Maybe I'll tap and then just crouch. But I guess the point is like, I'm not really committing to any like sprays. I'm just trying to like actually aim. And this is like the few, I guess, times where like maybe aim is a little bit more important, because like this is like micro adjustments, whereas like with spraying, or sorry, with bursting or spraying, you can kind of get away with good gun hygiene. But tapping with the ADS feels a little bit more maybe aim and crosshair oriented. But yeah, regardless, I'll show you guys a clip here.
Yeah, I should start for the push on B.
This guy's, we got a gun for you. This guy's trolling.
One enemy remaining.
Oh, wow.
Flash and peek.
Jet's grounded.
Take ramp control, guys. Don't fight.
Cutting their vision. One enemy remaining. Spike down A. Good job.
Okay, so for this fourth one, it's a little bit more technique focused. Here I kind of just wanted to emphasize how important it is be smooth with your aim. And this is kind of like maybe what you guys heard about like with calm aiming and things like that, like where you don't really want to just flick and insta shoot like everywhere and like you just miss. Like if you hit the shot, it feels like a gamble. Whereas like, if you have like smooth aim, you know, like that gives you time to kind of confirm your crosshairs on point, and also to avoid where you jitter off the target. So this might happen a lot where you guys are like, you know, flicking to a target, you're really close, you're about to shoot, and then you just like flick off him. Like you shoot and then you just jitter and you flick off him. Or like your crosshair is on him, you do a quick flick, crosshair's on him, and then you flick off him or something and you just barely miss by like a pixel. So that I think happens with like a lot of tension in your hand. It's obviously something that you just have to be aware of over time. But what can help is just slowing down how quick you flick and just like kind of lining up your shot a little bit. So a good way to practice this, in my opinion, is kind of just going between each bot with like pretty smooth movement. So, you can tap each one and just going in between, and then eventually you can speed up. And that can kind of help you in it. I just missed speeding up right there. But like this can kind of like help you kind of like just avoid that like jitterness. And then of course, if you can do this while moving, just having smooth aim, that's kind of where like you get those highlight clips. And just to kind of show you a little bit of an example, I'm just gonna, I guess, showcase some of the footage from Fool's video of the aim one, because all of the clips there show like really smooth aim.
That guy looked like he lagged out.
Oh my.
Okay, and this last one honestly isn't really even an aiming habit, but it's more so about how you peek. So here I'm just gonna kind of describe it as short peeking. I don't know if that's really correct terminology here, but you're probably all familiar with the wide swing, right? Maybe even the crouch peek. But when you do short peeks like this, it kind of looks like you're taking like really small stutter steps. And this kind of lets you like be ready for almost every single shot you take. So like, let's pretend like I'm just peeking out one by one here. Instead of like just wide swinging and getting the kill and tapping like this, if I'm like coming around a corner, I might just like small peek one by one and just slowly go. And that's a little bit more obvious the further away you are, and it feels a little bit stronger that way too. So let me just go here. Then I'll just start small peeking out one by one. Then you can just like instantly, I guess, get each kill as you take steps. You don't even have to do this when you're behind cover. You can just do it as you're scaling as well, but definitely helps. If you're really long range, it could be good to ADS as well. But in my opinion, I think this is the big technique that I kind of overlooked as I was climbing. Like I would always just like stand somewhat in the middle between the front and back wall and just go for like a wide swing, and then just kind of like rely on my aim to just like see the guy and then try to like burst him. And then if I missed, I would just burst, move, and then burst again. And so it would kind of just look like this. And then that's how I got my kills, right? But once you start implementing these short peaks, like your kills just become a lot quicker and cleaner, right? Like if you come out like here, instead of just missing your first one, you might like have a higher chance of just like insta killing them off of your short peak, and then just going from there, I guess. I'll show some examples I think will make a little bit more sense.
Enemy removed.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
You don't need that specter, bro. You don't need that.
Hola.
Yeah.
Planning.
Satchel out.
Spike planted.
Grenade.
One enemy remaining.
My ult's ready.
Spike down B.
140 on KJ right now.
One enemy
Fighting,
remaining.
boys. Why are we fighting?
Yes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video and that kind of helps you get some more headshots. Just to recap, the first one is to hold a little bit wider. The second one is to do 2-bullet burst and then include some tapping in there when you're pretty close to target. The third one is ADSing with the Vandal long range and just tapping with it. The fourth one is just smoothing or having smoothness in your aim so you don't just jitter off target. And then the last one is just having some short peaks. And hopefully that'll help you out. There's not just one main thing that'll kind of just get you more headshots. It's just having better and cleaner technique overall. And I just wanted to remind you guys that aim is not everything. Positioning, timing, util, all that stuff is way more important. So hopefully this answer can kind of, or sorry, this video can kind of answer some of those questions for you guys and put some emphasis on maybe some more important things once you start implementing these into your game. Regardless, hopefully you guys got some value out of it and join my Discord if you guys would like to stay up to date with things that I post, my stream times, and maybe even some private coaching. But I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.